have as much food. That is a bit of an issue. Because we got raw food. We got thousands of raw food. First colony ever had at least 3 separate events where half my storeroom burned down because chem fuel storage practices never again. Yeah, so I had pyromaniacs set like most of my storerooms on fire. Like it happened to Nido, the colony before this, and they had like a wooden storeroom about the size, and somebody went in and set something on fire and the whole room like engulfed. That wasn't great, but like it doesn't stop me from getting pyromaniacs, honestly. Chem fuel and stuff, like you guys know that whenever I like you guys have seen it with my solar. Here's probably the best example is I consider this as collateral in like a fight. I could enclose this in a wall and we could protect it better, but I consider like if a fight happens and they get damaged, it's going to impact my base. It's going to cause me to need resources. It like does stuff for a while kind of thing. Same with like just throwing chem fuel randomly into like storage and crap. Like it's fine as long as it's in like a stone storage for me. This place is still, well, that's kind of technically under a mountain, but it's mostly a wooden air-conditioned area. So I don't really want that to potentially catch fire. I've also got a shit ton of wood in here as well. Like we got like 33,000 wood stored in here. So I kind of don't want it to go kaboom because like I need that wood for the other location for making more chem fuel. I also see it up on these shelves too. And yeah, no, it's set to not. They'll just bring it into wherever the closest shelf is at this point. Let's go and grab a couple people and get them to go keep bringing some stuff down. Sloan's up here by himself bringing in stuff. You can haul some steel. What are you hauling? Hauling muffalo. Nice. When you're done with that, I'll get you to come back for that. Just gonna get everybody every day to come and grab something. Something of some kind of value. You can't do hauling. That's fine. Whoops is about to break because intense pain, ravenously hungry. Probably because you've got like food poisoning, mate. So yeah, everybody's going to be getting food poisoning anyway because you're coming up in here. But also like this place is pretty gross. Most of my cleaning people are at the other location. So that is like a little downside. I've sent like the most important ass people up here, but like I also need like the not as important people because they're also very important. Every so often this happens. That one's reserved. That's reserved. I don't really want to grab the wood from back here. I do want to grab the muffalo wool. Alright, let's go find somebody else. Williams, I don't know if you can do that. I don't know if she can do hauling. I know she can. Okay, let's get you to haul that. Let's get you to haul some of the plain leather. Honestly, if the shitty clothing wears away out here, I don't care as much as like if I lose a whole stack of like leather or something. Or wool. Pause move while asleep. No. Put an eye on you, Viking. Let's haul that and that. And yeah, because like the clothing items are clothing items. They're fine and everything. But the wools, I can make more shit out of them, essentially. I think I've got all of them set to bring in. Tomboy's having a tantrum. They'll be having a tantrum at the caravan. What are you destroying? You might be destroying something maybe valuable. I don't know. I think we're pretty much okay here. They've taken out the walls. We gotta take the floors and crap. I need you guys to take out the floors. Shoot frenzy. And lift up the beds. I'll probably sell those. Tomboy's just gonna destroy the wall. That's okay. Shoot frenzy. I don't care. Maniacs suck, but they're funny, so most people forget. But if you give them a flame weapon, get a mood boost. Works super well with several of the DLCs which had actually useful flame weapons. Also works with EMP smoke launchers. See, I don't know what you're going to destroy in here, mate. See, the fire starter ones, I don't really care too much about. Like, as long as they're not in an enclosed space, it doesn't really matter to me. If they're in an enclosed space, I normally have like a couple of people kind of babysitting them. Kind of prevent them from doing something too stupid, sort of thing. If I can. I also don't know if I have anybody here that actually has proper construction skills. Camera is able to. I'll leave that group up there and we'll get you down here because I need you to remove the floor. This is going to take a bit. Like, the rest of the group will come down soon, but this is a little bit more important. I want this for the steel so that we can leave you doing like about a wall. As long as Tomboy doesn't break one of the doors. Like, if he slightly damages a little bit of everything, I really don't care. But yeah, this is like what? 291 colonists and 3 prisoners at the moment. So that's what? 294 we've got? It's wild. It's stupidly wild. Like, it was weird when I got over like 200. And then it was weird when I got over like fucking 220, 240, 250, 260. And then when it started ticking up beyond that, I was like mildly starting to sweat. I'm like, I don't really want a colony of 300, but I'll try. Like, if we end up with 300 people, I really don't want more people. It's not going to stop me from taking people, but like, I might put a few more less useful people on like the death list, maybe. Try to get rid of a couple, perhaps. Because like, I've got people on here, like McJolly. She's been on the death list for over a year. She just hasn't died. Whoops, I don't know what you think you're doing. That's a really fast way to... He's already on pretty low. Mate. You do plants. That's why you're here. That's not what you do, mate. Good luck to you. There's always that too, is when they move in here, they're going to be so unhappy momentarily. I think Bond should be able to catch up. Tofu's definitely quick, so Tofu be right. Cool. Alright, they're barely even hurt, which is kind of ideal. We'll get Tofu to rescue them because they're pretty quick. He's got food poisoning. That's all his beef is. Like, he's not even dying. It's just that, like, yeah, he's slowly losing, like, doctor care. He's down to what? Doctor care but no medicine. Good luck to him. Like, the worst part is he's a 16 on plants and he's a 7 on medical. But he's constantly fucking upset. Alright, I kind of also want to send another caravan over just to kind of get stuff. I also sort of just want to send like a shit ton of food back. Actually, that's something I could do. Hold on a second. I didn't think of this sooner, but you can pack about 5,000 rice into this. I might have a lot of rice in storage. Come to think of it. Look, that's fine. We'll send rice back home. I might need to make a second one of these. I wasn't initially going to make 2, but I'll tuck a second one up into here. They should be able to access that for fuel, I hope. Sideways? Maybe? My point is, if they could make a second one, we'll see how it goes. If I have to remove that bit, I'll remove that bit. They'll pack it up and, yeah, hopefully send some food back to Dryden, of all things. I didn't really think that they'd be needing food, but they honestly probably just need more meat, I reckon. Although I should have plenty enough cooks. I've definitely got enough electricity. I don't have these, like, I've got all the wood ones capped at the moment, so we're only making half food production. Simple meals have been suspended for the moment. Let's unsuspend at least one. Hey, Waver, how you doing? What are you up to? Scan underground silver. Wait, underground silver. I guess we've found some nearby. That's okay though. Yeah, if they can make at least one bench of the simple meals, because I am pretty sure that the wooden benches have a lower quantity of food to make. So I'll just allow 2. You're annoyed? Oh yeah? I feel like that's like my whole afternoon. But yeah, go for it. Coyotes found some silver here. Okay. Well, we actually do need silver. This was bringing up marble, so let's leave that one alone. These ones are also bringing up marble. But I need you. We're going to need to bring down some power for this. I should only need 1 for this. We'll bring 1 and I'll do a little power thing for it. We should have power coming through this building, I hope. Do we? No? I meant to put power through this building. I don't like public buses because people keep shoving and getting up close to my personal space. That's fair. That's pretty fair. Public transport can suck. But also rush hour also will do that as well. I'll just pause it for a second because I can see somebody's down somewhere and I don't know who, so I'll just go rescue them in a hot minute. I just want to use normal components through most of the walls with the view that there's only like a couple of spots where I actually want to have the hidden conduits where it's going to cost me more for them to like have that visible. But I also need to bring down power to this room too. So I'll do that in a second. But this won't have power just yet. It will soon, and they're going to get it built soon. That was coming down through the geothermals. So if we go with the same logic, it's going to come down from about here. I don't need it to come down through the center of this thing, but it's fine. Visually, it will look the same. So I don't know how soon they'll build that. And who is down? Sail. Why is Sail down? Seahorse, can you rescue them? You're just rocking and rolling. If I have to put you out, I might anesthetize you. Seahorse should be able to do medical. Well, she could do medical. It would require me to have a little medical pack though. But they're going to constantly get up and like fall out of bed. Not great. Where's Rush Hour? I keep hearing it, but I find this as movies. So yes, there are movies called Rush Hour. There is also a time of day or times of day referred to as rush hour, or like peak transit times is another one. And what that means is, for instance, the times of day where majority of people are getting up and going to work and school and study and all those things, or coming home from those things, are particularly known as like rush hour or peak transit times. And it means that you're going to have the most amount of people possible filling up like roads and public transport and, you know, probably wanting to access like food and whatever during those sort of times. So they're going to be the times when you have the most amount of people like on public transport. So if you're in like a bus, for instance, and you go during rush hour, you will have a lot of people. It'll be really packed, probably loud, very bustling, uncomfortable. Just a lot of people trying to get to where they're going kind of thing. Whereas if you go on an off-peak time, which is basically when people are already at work or school or studying or whatever and don't, like, they're not coming through the same time period kind of thing, that's normally after or before. That's usually when you can catch a bus and it's really empty and like mostly quiet and calm and stuff like that, you know, less likely to get jostled or annoyed by like passengers and stuff like that that are frustrated because they're on the way to work or something like that, you know. Yeah, that's basically what rush hour is. But there is also a series of movies as well, which I'm sure you've already seen since you've had to like got that as your Google searches and shit. So yeah, there's those as well. But yeah, there's normally before school, after school. So I think that's like, I don't know, I think that's like 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Then you've got like the 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. as well. You've got your midday, like lunchtime rush as well, which is around like 12 or like 11 to 1 kind of thing. It's usually like a 2-hour window on either side of these kind of times, usually when like it's super busy. Like you'll also hear like the lunch rush or the dinner rush and stuff like that. It's the same thing. It's just referring to like restaurants and like food places and stuff. So yeah. Normally, unless you have to travel during those times, like if you can go earlier or later outside of that kind of window without it being too much of an impact to like your day and stuff, it can sometimes be worth it just for like the less busyness kind of thing, you know? Yeah, I don't know. It still happens on like the roads and stuff, regardless of public transport. And that's when you get like traffic jams and stuff at consistent like times and days. Although it was kind of funny, I've had like all sorts of jobs that have made me work all sorts of different hours, and I've seen it be like super busy at like 7 through to like 9:30 a.m. I've seen it be busy 10 until like 11 to 12. Like you get in between like intermittent rushes as well. And like I've seen it do it all the way through the afternoon and stuff as well. You get people that leave early to try to go and collect their kids or try to get groceries before they go and collect their kids. And then you get like the group after that are coming to collect their kids to go do groceries or go home or whatever. And then like you get your workers and stuff like that. And then you get your people that have left work early for whatever reason or may finish earlier than other businesses. And then, yeah, you get people that have left late. And so you get like this big like list of like times that are kind of like super busy or just generally busy in general kind of thing. And then, yeah, you get a few times a day where it's like dead quiet and it's like nothing like it. Like there's also, you get that with like shopping centers and stuff like that, like grocery stores do it as well. They also have like, what do you call it? Like there's a quiet time of day that you can go shopping and stuff. If you don't want to have like all the bright lights and we call it like the music and crap. I like going shopping at that kind of time of day because I'm just so sick of like the grocery store radio. I used to just like go shopping like really late at night because it was also dead quiet, but then you could hear the radio at like maximum volume. That was kind of like awful. That's so late today. No, you're not, Keelan. I feel like I saw you in here earlier. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But it's fine. You're fine. It is like nearly 1. I kind of just want them to finish pulling up the floor in here so they can leave. Because they're starting to get on edge. Like you got a 3 at construction. And generally to deconstruct something, they don't need to be super great at it. It just means that they'll take longer. But yeah, what are you up to, Keelan? What are you doing? I'll grab a couple of people and we'll remove the floor. I'm obviously not going to get like all of it. Vera's going to do that one. Who else can do construction? You can. I know everybody here is trying to have a snooze, but I kind of need them to grab what kind of flooring they can get. You can't do construction. Can't do construction. You should be able to, but you're on edge. I should leave you alone. New patch for War Thunder drop, so I'm back on the grind for new vehicles. Oh yeah. So I was gonna jokingly say I'll see you next week then. But I'm like, nah. I'll see you in between your like matches and shit. That must mean that you're gonna be like doing some huge like gaming sessions again. I feel like. So I really can't wait for winter. It's a very cozy season for me. Oh yeah. I kind of can't wait for summer as long as like air conditioning and stuff is working. It's like it's really cold tonight. So I'm kind of like, I've got the heater on to try to make it better. But I've also got like just a sore throat in general, so, or like crapped voice, so yeah. I don't know, having like the difference in temperature and crap is not making it better. Just trying to find somebody. There's an orange horse here too. We need to kill that. I'm trying to find somebody that can do construction that isn't like having a mental break and is available. He can do a little bit of construction. Because I've got floors in here. I got floors we got to pull up. Yeah, I know you guys observed a corpse. Drink tea with honey. Will not fix your sore throat, but it does do the little. So yesterday, before I streamed, I had enough of a mindset because like, I was so fucking out of it. I had enough of a mindset to be like, I should drink. Is it the honey lemon tea that I'd been making a while ago when my throat was like really swollen and shit. And I made it, except, you know, I forgot to put honey in it. And I'm like, this tastes fine. It doesn't quite taste like it normally does, but it's fine. Like, I just didn't have the brain power last night. And then today I was like, I should probably make one before I stream, but then I didn't really feel like drinking it. I felt like I really needed like a sugary drink more so than that. So I got like a glass of Coke, but also like my drinks are pretty much like room temperature as well. Because yesterday when I was drinking the cold water, it was irritating my throat. So I don't really want to irritate my throat. But I've still been like coughing a lot tonight. I don't want it to be like crapped out for like next week. Because like next week, literally like what, Monday I've got the story reading, right? And then Tuesday we've got Dwarf Fortress, and then Wednesday we've got the Hot Ones Eating Sauces thing with Marbles on Stream and stuff. So I don't really want to not be able to talk properly or read out my books well, kind of thing. I also don't want to have like a potentially swollen throat for trying to eat hot sauces, because I don't think that that's going to be a good thing. Ray, before you go too far, I need you to come and pull up the flooring. Come back. Come back. I need you to remove the floor. Can't you get those cups that stay warm for a long time? I mean, you can, but like I have OCD hand washing and hygiene and stuff, so like normally those are either ones where they can't go through like a dishwasher. They can't be like, they're supposed to be like wiped down kind of thing or whatever. There's also the ones that like go onto plates where they're supposed to like keep them warm and stuff. I have like a lot of beef with like the cups that are, you know, you have to kind of like wash them and then use them again kind of thing. Like that sounds really stupid, but like generally speaking, when I use a cup, I like sort of soak it and then it goes through the dishwasher and then it comes back clean, and then I normally pour boiling water over it again anyway before I use it. Whereas like a lot of the ones that have like the tech in it, I'm so concerned with like if I soak it, if like the water gets into electronics, if it gets too hot. I know they're supposed to keep to a certain temperature, but like if it gets too hot, also then I only have one of those mugs that do that thing kind of thing. So plus like I used to work in computers, and there is nothing more disgusting than like seeing somebody with a fucking mug of coffee or miscellaneous drink that's been sitting out for half a day, and then they turn around and take a swig of it, and I'm just like, I nearly puke. Because the other thing too was I used to work with like a lot of guys that couldn't really remember where they put their mug, and so what they'd do is they'd pick up any random mug near them and they'd take a swig from it and hope it's their most recent one. And I cannot just have a mug that I can't pay attention to and just drink a drink from in a set amount of time until it gets cold or undesired or it's just been drunk. I just can't do that. There's a really big mental wall there that I just can't do that. I don't know if I want to take these guys to like the new location, but I do want the creatures. I want the horses and stuff there. Yeah, look, if you've seen some of the mugs that I've seen where the mold literally slithers out of the cup on its own, like, yeah. I've been traumatized with this stuff. If I make a drink, it is in a fresh glass that stays with me for as long as I'm drinking the thing. I might maybe top it up depending on what the beverage is and the condition of the glass and all that sort of stuff. I will determine that in a case-by-case scenario. And then after that, like if it's been too long, I'll get a fresh cup. And the old cup will go to soak and then it will go in the dishwasher kind of thing, you know. But yeah, if I lose track of it for like a few minutes, that's a strong maybe. I have pets. Phoenix used to, when he was young, he used to try to drink out of my drinks a lot. So that's why I like changed over to like water bottles a lot, because it stopped him from drinking out of my drinks. And then also every year, we end up with like a shit ton of ants. So also for that reason, I don't like keeping a mug and kind of like casually washing it and like using it sort of thing. I'm a very particular person, okay? I've looked at them. I don't mind the concept of them. I know one of my mates would love them, but like even like the thermos type cups, not my jam. I know that the thermos cups, you can put like hot liquid in it, then pour it out, then you can fill it up with your beverage of choice and it will stay like hotter longer. But I don't like the taste of those or the smell of the cup. There's also like, I hate washing them and I hate the texture of them so much. Just the noise that they make when you run your fingers over it, it's like gag. Sorry. As I said, I have strong feelings about this. But yeah, some of them aren't dishwasher safe. Some of them are. Some thermos are not dishwasher safe. We've worked out. Because like Nick's done a couple of his that way. He's put it into the dishwasher and it's like melted the little frame thing inside of it between the two walls. And it's like split apart and stuff. There's some stupid stuff like that. It's really funny, some of the shit we've discovered from this. Yeah. No, I've seen a lot of gross coffee mugs. I've also seen at least one person drink from a moldy cup without initially realizing, and then realize. I've seen a lot of co-workers get sick from drinking their older coffees. The worst part is like the majority of them were like the ones that had the coffee with milk as well. And like on a fundamental level, it makes sense that milk eventually expires at a certain temperature, you know? So yeah, whenever I sort of witness that, I'm like, ugh, no. I need you guys to not store food in here. It's not air conditioned. And not the chem fuel, please. Immediately they just put the chem fuel in here. It's fine, they can move that out. Either way, the thrombos and stuff can get in here so we can get some stuff in. This place is like cleaned up super much. That's not supposed to be in here. Why is this down here? I guess they brought it down eventually. Okay, well, we've still got some people in the area bringing stuff in. Lumi's still bringing stuff in. I'm still trying to get them to bring the stuff in, honestly. One's going off to rest. Okay, well, we're gonna get them to try on this area again in the next morning, I guess. If everybody comes up and picks up 2 things and hauls it back per day, because I haven't been getting everybody here to do it, because not everybody can do it. And we have this caravan that's now coming up with the thousands of kilos of animals, right? So once they get up here, we should be able to put together a couple of really nice caravans to go home. And I want to put like a shit ton of wood on that. And then we'll get these guys out of here and we'll pack some food to go back to Dryden. So they'll make it all the way back. Hey, Top Red Bear. How you doing? They'll make it all the way back here. Hopefully drop off a shit ton of wood, which we've got to set up that caravan for. And yeah, I hope to... Where's that eclipse going? Is that here? That's fine. We got geothermals all around the place. Although that does suggest that we'll probably get attacked. So yeah, basically the catch is up. We attacked the bandit camp. We got deadlift. We took 3 prisoners. And so we're at like if we count the prisoners, we're at like, what, 294 people, which is nuts. And then basically I'm kind of waiting for that caravan to go and join up with Minwick, so they have all the animals, all the extra animals. Then I'll probably set up a couple of caravans here to leave with wood and a fuck ton of rice. I've also got a pod that's currently loading with rice, so we can at least like put some rice somewhere, even if that's just storage for the moment. I don't care, so long as we're picking up rice from the fields, because I'm not replanting anything. And yeah, I'll have to get everybody to come and pick up 2 items each. We're bringing it in. It's just there's so much over here. It's going to take a while. They also look like they've finished making the turrets, so that's pretty cool. I missed one. Hold on. No, I'll just make it. I'll make it next week. It's fine. We got to put another turret there, but we've got basically the top row fully turreted, which is good. And we're starting to look like we're going to make another set of bedrooms, which we don't really super need right now. And I don't know why that room's red, but we'll come back to that. We'll circle back to that, not next week, but the following week. Because next week, we're going to have Dwarf Fortress on Tuesday. And we're going to have the story reading and the Hot Ones thing. And then I'll have the rest of the week off.